In the sun-kissed streets of Hollywood, 1940s, a dark secret lurked. A city built on dreams and glamour, where stars were born and legends died. But behind the gleaming facades and bright lights, a sinister force was at work. Welcome to the murder that would shake the very foundations of Tinseltown, the Black Dahlia case. On January 15, 1947, Elizabeth Short, a 22-year-old aspiring actress, walked into the morgue. Her body had been brutally mutilated, with organs removed and skin flayed from her face. The crime scene was a nightmare of depravity, with no signs of forced entry or struggle. The Black Dahlia murder was a crime without a motive. No ransom demands were made, no clues led anywhere. It was as if the killer had vanished into thin air. The investigation would become one of the largest in LA history, with over 150 suspects and countless leads. The Black Dahlia murder took place just 3 months after the end of World War II. America was still reeling from the trauma of war, and the violence of the crime sent shockwaves through the nation. It would become one of the most infamous crimes in American history, a dark stain on the golden dream of Hollywood. On January 15, 1947, Elizabeth Short's body was discovered by a local resident. Her body had been brutally mutilated with deep lacerations and acid burns. The police investigation would soon uncover a web of secrets and lies in Hollywood's elite. The autopsy report revealed that Elizabeth Short had been stabbed multiple times, and her body had been mutilated to conceal identification. The brutality of the crime shocked Los Angeles, but it was only the beginning of a twisted investigation. Over the years, several suspects have emerged, but none have been proven conclusively to be responsible for Elizabeth Short's murder. One name keeps resurfacing: Dr. George Hodel, a former LAPD officer and Los Angeles physician with a dark history. The Black Dahlia case was a media sensation in its time, with newspapers competing to publish lurid details and speculation. The case has been reopened several times over the years, but so far, no one has been officially charged with Elizabeth Short's murder. The truth remains shrouded in mystery. The Los Angeles Police Department's, LAPD, fingerprint expert, Charles Jones, identified an unusual print found near Elizabeth Short's body. This print was later matched to Arnold Smith, a suspect who had been questioned by police earlier that day. Arnold Smith's alibi checked out, and he was eventually cleared as a suspect. However, his testimony provided valuable insight into the case. He claimed to have seen Elizabeth Short in the company of Dr. George Hodel, a Los Angeles doctor with a dark reputation. Dr. George Hodel had a history of inappropriately touching his female patients and was known for his fascination with human anatomy. His connections to Elizabeth Short's case raised suspicions, but he was never officially linked to the murder. Theories abound about Dr. Hodel's possible involvement in the Black Dahlia murder. Some believe he may have been involved in a twisted game with Elizabeth Short, while others think he might have been the actual killer. One thing is certain: Dr. George Hodel remains one of the most intriguing suspects in this decades-old case. In 2009, detectives revisited the case, re-examining evidence and interviewing witnesses. They discovered a previously unknown witness, Elizabeth Short's friend, who claimed she had seen a suspicious person lurking around the area where Short's body was found. The newly discovered witness described a man matching this individual's description. However, the footage is too poor to make out any distinctive features. The LAPD re-released the footage, but so far, no one has come forward with a positive identification. Experts have analyzed Short's injuries and concluded that she was likely killed elsewhere before being dumped in Leimert Park. The lack of any blood or struggle signs at the crime scene suggests a premeditated murder. Despite numerous leads and suspects, the case remains unsolved. Many believe that one or more people involved in the Hollywood elite were responsible for Short's murder. Theories range from organized crime to occult practices. One thing is certain: the Black Dahlia murder will continue to haunt Hollywood until justice is finally served. Despite numerous investigations, no one has been officially charged or convicted in the murder of Elizabeth Short. The case remains one of the most infamous unsolved crimes in American history, shrouded in mystery and speculation. 70 years after her brutal murder, the Black Dahlia case continues to fascinate and repel us. As we close this chapter in Hollywood's darkest secret, we're left with more questions than answers. But perhaps that's the greatest tragedy of all, not that justice wasn't served, but that we'll never truly know the truth about what happened to Elizabeth Short on that fateful night.